Hey guys, Latoya checking in. Hey, I want to talk to you guys about something that that I want to share with you guys as a mom, and that I'm doing with my boys. Right? Well, we are doing with our boys. So, oftentimes as a parent, we talk about setting up our children for financial security, financial freedom, help them to be a step ahead and avoid some of the pitfalls when it comes to finances that we fell into because there was nobody there to teach us, right? And oftentimes saying, man, I wish I do did what I know now, how much further I would be ahead. I often find myself saying that from a financial standpoint. And so this is one of the things I would suggest to a lot of you parents out there who have kids. So what I would say is, especially if you have teenagers, right? You can start at 12, 13, 14, whatever the age requirement is to open up a bank account. Have them open up a bank account. It doesn't matter what bank, whatever bank will allow them to open. I think it's 14 is the youngest you can be to open up a bank account uh, with um, with Bank of America. But be sure to do your research on what bank your child can get an account in. And so all the money that they make, whether it's money that they get for their birthday, money they get for Christmas, whether they get money from from allowance, whatever the case may be, is never too early to start the fundamentals of saving your money, seeing where all your money is going. That would be the first step. Setting them up with at least a checking account, if nothing else, so they can understand. And then on top of that, you could put money in there so they can see, right, how things work when it comes to an institution, when it comes to a bank, if they're overdraft, what will happen, what the fees are, all those different things, right? And also once they start working, they already have an account where they can set up a direct deposit and see their income going in, right? And of course, once they get a job, it'll be another conversation that you will have with them as to what taxes are, what is it, FICA or whatever that's on the pay stub that you have to pay for, and all these different things that comes out of your account, right? It's important to have that conversation with them so when they do turn 18, they feel like they're ready to leave the nest. They are fully prepared, right? And so that's one thing that I would suggest you do. The other thing I would suggest you do is set them up with a Roth IRA where they can put money aside. And this is of course, all these things, the parent is the one that's managing it. It's not one of those things where you just leave it to the child. The parent will manage it. But yes, set them up on a Roth IRA where they are putting, whether it's $25, $50, $5, $10, a paycheck, a month, whatever works. Have them put that money in there. So in 10 years, 15 years, they have a lump sum of money that they can take out to buy a house, buy a condo, buy a townhome, buy a duplex. That way they don't have to waste their money on paying rent at an apartment. They have all this money in this Roth IRA that they can use to help them be a homeowner. And then they can use that money, like say for instance, if they decide that they want to buy a duplex, right? And let me say this to you, put my realtor hat on real quick. If you're in college, you can buy a house, right? Don't think because I don't have a career, so to speak. College students can still buy a house. Let me say that. There are ways that you can buy. We know you get income for going to school and things like that. So there's a way for you to to buy a house. So don't think that it's not possible, right? So, but in 10 years, you put that money in the Roth IRA, you put money in there, you are investing. The money that you put in there is going to make money, right? So, and I'm just saying 10 years, right? Because the longer you keep it in there, the more money it makes, right? And the more you put in there, the more money your money will flip. So, I just say in 10 years, you can be in a situation where you can buy something. So say for instance, you decide to buy not a condo, but a duplex, you can stay in one and rent out the other one. There go your monthly rent payment is coming to you. That's additional income. Say for instance, you decide that you want to buy a townhome, right? You buy that townhome, stay in that townhome for a few years. You can decide that you want to sell it and buy something else. Not only when you sell that property, you're going to get more for the property than what you paid for, and you'll be in a position to buy something else and still have money left over from that transaction. That's another way to increase your income. Or it could be a situation where you decide that you want something bigger. Whatever the case might be, you're in a situation where your money can work for you. When you invested in stocks and real estate, that money is working for you. And I'm suggesting these things because it is way more difficult to do these things when you have a family and other responsibilities. When it's just you, this is the perfect prime time to be able to put yourself in a situation where your money can work for you, because money can go as quick as you get it. That's why when you do get the money, invest it, because you could get a few $1,000s and then spend that the same day. But why not invest it, right? So those are the things that I would say is to definitely open up a bank account so they understand how the benefits of having a bank account and what all that comes with that. Have them open up you open up a Roth IRA for them where they put money in that every 2 weeks, once a month, whatever the case might be. You can have it set up where it automatically comes out of your account, right? So in 10 years, that child can be in a position where they can be an owner of a property and be able to make money off that property. Because at the end of the day, you need to have more than one income coming in to be able to make it, especially when you're single, right? So those are the main fundamentals that I am working on with, that we're working on with our kids to help them to be a step ahead when they decide that they want to leave the nest. They know what's up. They are already ready and prepared. And hey, don't be afraid to also have them start paying a small bill, whether it's a security bill, whether it's a cell phone bill, something small so they can learn responsibility and they can learn accountability and they learn how to pay bills when it's due. Even if, of course you can pay it early, but when it's due. Because before we know it, 5 years came and gone, and they be almost ready to leave the nest. And so you definitely want to start early with these kids and start giving them fundamentals. Financial literacy is definitely key, because if you don't have that, it doesn't matter how much money you make. If you don't know how to manage that money, it's like you ain't making nothing, right? And so that's my 2 cents. You guys let me know what you think. Guys, let me know what you're doing with your kids, because, hey, knowledge is power. And I'm always willing to learn anything that I can do to help our kids be in a better financial situation than I was. All right? Talk to you guys soon.